A female Nephilim, her face shadowed by sorrow, spoke again, her words tinged with the weight of a lifetime of unanswered questions. "Enoch," she said softly, almost as if afraid her words would fall on deaf ears, "why do you stay quiet? Why do you remain distant when all we ask is for a glimpse of the hope you once found? You, who were once of us, who walked the same path, who felt the same despair, how can you now turn your back on us? If you are the one to carry our pleas to the heavens, why do you remain silent? Is it too late for us to find mercy? Too late to be seen for who we are, rather than who we were born to be?" Her voice trembled, but there was strength beneath the tremor, a silent plea that could not be ignored. Imagine if it were you, Enoch. Imagine if you were born into a world where you were feared, rejected, cast aside by both heaven and earth. Would you not too cry out for mercy, for forgiveness, for the chance to prove that you are not defined by the blood that runs through your veins? Would you not want a chance to be seen as more than the consequence of a union that was never your choice? A female Nephilim with wings that shimmered faintly, as if recalling the lost glow of a long-forgotten celestial grace, stepped forward. Her voice was a quiet murmur, but it carried the weight of years of pain. "Enoch, we have walked the earth alone for so long, never knowing if we could change, never knowing if we even deserve to. If the heavens truly look upon us with disdain, then why do we still carry this yearning, this aching desire to be redeemed? If we change, if we choose to seek a different path, will we be cast aside still, or can we find our way to forgiveness? Why do you not answer, Enoch? Why do you leave us to bear this burden alone?" The night seemed to grow colder, the wind carrying the sting of 1,000 unanswered prayers. Another female Nephilim, her expression filled with quiet sorrow, added, "We were never given a choice, Enoch. Born into this world of shadows, we have always been what the heavens could never accept. But we have learned, we have grown, and we long to know if there is still room for us in the light. If we turn from the path we were given, if we choose to seek redemption, can we find a way back? Or will we forever be bound by the sins of our fathers, cast out into the dark?" Her words were raw, filled with a painful honesty that could not be ignored. Imagine, Enoch, if you were born into this. Imagine being the child of an unholy union, destined to be a creature caught between two worlds, yet belonging to neither. Would you not, too, seek the chance to be seen as more than what you were born into? Would you not want to be free of the chains that bind you, free of the judgment that was never yours to bear? A smaller female Nephilim, her body fragile as glass but her spirit fierce, stepped forward, her voice barely more than a whisper. "Enoch, do you not see us? Do you not feel the weight of our sorrow, the depth of our longing? We do not wish to be what we were made to be. We wish only to know that despite everything, despite the curse of our birth, we too can be loved. We too can find a way back to the light. If we were to repent, to ask for forgiveness with all that is left of us, would the heavens hear us? Or are we doomed to remain in the shadows forever?" Her words hung heavy in the air, fragile yet strong, like the last vestiges of hope clinging to the winds. The silence that followed was thick with the weight of their collective plea, a single unspoken wish that stretched across time and space. The female Nephilim waited, eyes locked on Enoch, hearts trembling with the fear that their hopes might go unanswered, that they might forever remain forgotten, cast aside by a world that had never allowed them to be anything more than the sum of their father's sins. A female Nephilim, her voice shaking with barely contained emotion, stepped forward, her gaze fixed on Enoch with an intensity that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of the night. "Enoch," she said, her words breaking the stillness like the sound of a heart shattering. "What is it that keeps you silent? Are we so beneath your notice now that you cannot even answer the questions that have plagued us since we were born? Do you not see the agony we carry, the guilt that is not our own, the yearning for something, anything, other than this curse we wear like a shroud?" Her hands clenched at her sides, trembling, as though holding back the flood of sorrow that threatened to overtake her. "We are not like our fathers, Enoch. We did not ask for this fate that has bound us to a world that reviles us. If we ask for forgiveness now after all this time, is it too late? Have the heavens already decided our fate, sealing us into this existence without hope of redemption? Or can we, too, find a place among the forgiven? If you were born as we were, would you not also search for a way to escape the judgment, the rejection, the fear that comes with being one of us? Another female Nephilim, her face lined with both sorrow and resolve, raised her chin slightly, as though daring Enoch to look upon her. You who were once of us, who shared our pain, do you now stand apart, turning your back on us? We, who were born to suffer, who were never given a chance to choose our own path, are we to be forever cast aside, Enoch? Tell us, will we ever know a day when we can stand in the light, when we can know peace? If we repent, will we be heard? Or are we to be abandoned to the shadows, forever bound by the sins of those who made us? Her voice softened then, trembling with a quiet desperation. Imagine, Enoch, imagine the endless ache of not knowing where you belong, of walking through a world where you are neither fully human nor fully divine, where you are a creature of both heaven and earth, yet welcomed by neither. Imagine the longing for something more, the desire to know that you too can be loved, that you too can be seen as more than just the curse of your birth. Would you not too yearn for the chance to be free? A female Nephilim with eyes like dark pools of sorrow spoke next, her voice barely above a whisper, yet filled with an undeniable depth of feeling. Enoch, we have been alone for so long. We have walked in the silence of our own despair, waiting for a voice to answer us, to tell us that we are not monsters, that we are not beyond salvation. But now, standing before you, we wonder if even you, the one who once shared our burden, can see us for who we truly are. Can you look past the sins of our fathers and see the souls that cry out for redemption? Or have we been so lost that even your gaze will not fall upon us? Her hand moved to her chest, where her heart beat with a soft but steady rhythm, as if to remind the world that despite everything, she was still alive, still longing for something she had been denied. If you were to choose us, Enoch, would you not want to give us the chance to change, to show that we are not defined by the blood that flows through us? We do not wish to remain as we are. We wish only to know that there is hope, that there is still a chance for us to be seen as more than the sum of our origins. The gathering of Nephilim stood in silence for a long moment, their hearts heavy with questions, their voices hoarse from years of unsaid words. They had been abandoned by both heaven and earth, caught between two worlds that refused to claim them. And yet, despite all they had suffered, despite the weight of their cursed existence, they still dared to hope. Enoch, the first female Nephilim, spoke again, her voice raw with emotion. If we choose mercy, will the heavens hear us? Will they see that we are more than the bloodline we were born into? Will we be forgiven, or are we too far beyond their reach? Her question hung in the air like a prayer, trembling with uncertainty, but full of the fragile hope that even the most broken souls dared to hold on to. The wind had quieted, as if holding its breath, waiting for Enoch to answer, for his words to bring either light or darkness to their already fractured world. Another, taller than the rest, her presence commanding, spoke with a voice filled with both sorrow and conviction. Some of us have embraced our fate. Some of us have taken the swords men feared we would wield and struck back at those who sought to destroy us. Does that make us monsters, Enoch? Or did the world force us to become what they always accused us of being? We were given no place of peace, no sanctuary. We were born between two worlds, but neither would claim us, and so we made war. Tell me, is there any path left for us that does not end in blood? A Nephilim draped in a cloak of deep blue, her eyes dark as the abyss, whispered with a voice like fading dreams. I have watched the stars and wondered if my father still gazes upon me from the void where he is bound. I have wondered if the cries of my mother still reach the ears of heaven. We are the children of angels, yet we are more lost than men. Tell me, Enoch, will there ever come a time when our names will not be spoken in fear? The wind carried their voices, a song of mourning and defiance, of questions without answers. The daughters of the fallen stood before Enoch, their eyes filled with hope and despair, waiting for a truth they had never been given. A female Nephilim with silver-streaked hair, her presence both ethereal and fearsome, stepped closer, her voice trembling between rage and sorrow. Enoch. They call a female Nephilim an abomination. They say a female Nephilim was never meant to walk this earth. But was it our choice? Did a female Nephilim ask to be born from forbidden unions? A female Nephilim did not fall from the heavens, nor did a female Nephilim corrupt the earth. Yet a female Nephilim carries the weight of our fathers' sins on our backs. Tell me, will the judgment meant for them also fall upon a female Nephilim?